Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to a $1,000 gaming PC build. Before I get started with this video, please go subscribe to my friend Spoonosaur. His link to his channel will be down below in the description box below. Makes a lot of good videos, and he's actually been on my live stream several times, so some of you guys might already know who he is. So yeah, he's starting to make videos, and the link to his channel will be down below. He makes a lot of good videos, a lot of good content on his channel, like walkthroughs and a lot of other PC gaming content. So if most of you guys are PC gamers that watch my videos, think you guys are going to enjoy his video, so go subscribe to him, and yeah, make sure you go subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Alright, so for the CPU, I went with the AMD FX 8350. This is an 8-core AMD CPU running at 4.0 GHz, 4.2 GHz turbo, runs on the Socket AM3 Plus, 125 watts, and it's an 8-core CPU. Now, actually, if you guys shop around, you might be able to find this at very deep discounts because randomly, just a complete out of the blue, the CPU sometimes goes on sale for like $170 or $160, so some people are getting some really good deals on the CPU. Not sure what is the cause for these random, surge of deals, but it happens, so keep on the lookout for this. Right now on Newegg it's about $180, so not the greatest price in the world, but still pretty decent for an 8-core CPU. Now, this CPU is compared more or less to the i5 because of the similar price bracket, but it actually competes more and more with the i7 because of how good its editing capabilities are and how good the multi-core technology is. Things like live streaming, video editing, things like that work really well with the 8350. It's not too far off from the i7 3770 or 4770. And obviously for gaming, this is a really good CPU, especially with the next generation of consoles using 8 cores. Having 8 cores in your system wouldn't be a bad idea, especially for how cheap this is. And even right now, where most games are using only 4 cores, this CPU still does work pretty well on games today. The only problem with this CPU is it runs a tad bit hot, and you guys know that I always say that the stock in AMD CPU coolers are absolutely garbage. They work, they get the job done, but I would really recommend getting a Hyper 212 Evo. That's only $25, so, not a lot for the budget, and $25 for a really great CPU fan. You might not be doing extreme overclocking, but it'll just help the integrity of the system and keep it cool and not give you a garbage CPU cooler. For the motherboard, I went with the Gigabyte GA990FXA-UD3. This is an AM3 Plus motherboard, coming to the market at about $125 after a mail-in rebate. 4 PCIe 2.0 x16 interface slots, and you guys can Crossfire or SLI with this motherboard. But the only problem is the power supply that I chose will not be SLI or Crossfire capable, so I'll get to that in a little bit. 4 RAM slots capable of 2000 DDR3 memory, so pretty good rock-solid motherboard right here for $128 coming from Gigabyte. The 990FX is a pretty solid motherboard. Now, this is something I always am going to recommend for you guys to shop around because I've also seen this motherboard on sale for about $100, and actually at one point I think I saw it for $95. So just shop around with the motherboard and the CPU. Those things tend to go on sale constantly, so make sure you just keep an eye out for that. For the RAM, I went with G.Skill Ripjaw's X Series 8GB, 2 4GB sticks running at 1866 speed. Now, this is $61, but there's a combo with the Cooler Master Half 912 right now on Newegg, which you basically get both of them for the same price that you would get, but minus $16. So that's a pretty good deal, and pretty much just go look for Newegg super combos. You can actually find a lot of good combos. They have combos with cases, RAMs, CPUs, hard drives, a lot of stuff. So just shop around for that. You guys can actually get some pretty good deals on that. So 8GB of RAM is going to be good for the build, and with the motherboard having 4 RAM slots, you guys can add 2 extra sticks of RAM down the line. But for now, 8GB is more than enough, and with games next generation having the ability to utilize the 8GB of RAM in next generation consoles, having 8GB is going to start becoming more and more of a necessity if it hasn't already. For the graphics card, I went with the EVGA GeForce GTX 770 for $410. Now, what's good about this graphics card is it also comes with Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist for free, and they actually just added that game to Steam, so if you guys are looking to pre-order that game is actually now available to pre-order on Steam. Just thought I'd throw that out there because I am going to be pre-ordering that eventually, and I'm quite looking forward to that game, actually. So for $410, you're pretty much getting an overclocked 680 right here, and pretty much one of the best high-end GPUs for the money right now at that $400 price range. The 7970 competes with it, but I think the 770 is a tad bit better. Especially getting Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Blacklist for free, really no reason to go any other way than the 770. For the hard drive, I went with Western Digital WD Blue 1TB. Now this is a 1TB hard drive for $65. Unfortunately, originally I wanted to get an SSD, but getting the GTX 770, I couldn't fit in an SSD as well. Just, you know, more important things in the build. So I skipped out the SSD since most people, you know, shit on me when I even include an SSD, so I just didn't even add one. You guys know what I always say, if you guys have a hard drive from a previous build, you can skip this step entirely or get a 60 to 120 gigabyte SSD. That's up to you, so a couple of options right there. For the power supply, I want the Corsair TX 650, 650 watt power supply, 80 plus bronze certified. Now this is going to be able to power the build no problem. The only problem is if you want to go for an SLI or Crossfire configuration, this won't be able to get the job done. I'd recommend a TX 750 or TX 850. You know, I don't even recommend SLIing or Crossfiring. What I recommend, like many people know, is, you know, sell the graphics card you're using right now and then buy a different graphics card that's higher power and would perform to the way you would expect. So that's just what I recommend. Some people, you know, prefer SLI or Crossfire, but you know, that's just the way it is. Finally, for the case, one with the Cooler Master Half 912 for $60. Really solid mid-tower case, and yeah, I actually use this case, so I can vouch for it, that it's a pretty awesome case with a lot of good ventilation and whatnot. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, guys. Remember to subscribe to Spoonosaur. His channel link is down below. He has a lot of good videos up right now. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, comment, and I will catch you guys later. Peace!